you see the Lakers entering Advent Health Arena with a chance to advance to the NBA Finals for the first time in 10 years. It will be the 10th Finals appearance for LeBron, the first for AD. By the way, notch this down. The Lakers 18-1 when the duo drops 60 or more. They have a chance to eliminate the Denver Nuggets tonight in Game 5, and you will see that just in a couple of hours. NBA fans, come on in. We're taking a look at the brackets, and then there were 4. Both teams on each side have a chance to advance. Will it be the Heat or the Celtics? That's for Sunday, but right now we focus on the Lakers and the Nuggets, who do battle tonight in an elimination game potentially for those Denver Nuggets. NBA fans, what's good? You are now rocking with the best. Ro Parrish here in Studio B, and it is Playoff Central Live presented by State Farm. We got 3D, Sam Mitchell, joining us shortly. But in the meantime, we have someone to bring in who is outstanding. Her reporting is phenomenal, and her wardrobe rivals that of her actual reporting. Covering the Nuggets and the Lakers, the award-winning Allie LaForce joins us. Now, listen, these Denver Nuggets, prior to this season, going into the playoffs, they were 0-13 whenever they faced these 3-1 deficits. However, they made history twice. We witnessed that so far in the bubble. First team ever to do it. However, how is this 3-1 deficit different than those other two that they faced?
Hey, Ro, I have to bring the best wardrobe when I'm rocking with the best right off the top of the show. Thanks for having me. It's great to be with you. This Denver Nuggets team has been so fun to watch. They are so confident. They know this is where they belong. They have 2 superstars. And hey, according to them and in their own minds, and the whole world that's watching, they're undefeated in these 3-1 elimination games in this postseason, which is all that matters. Now, Coach Malone joked. He said, obviously, we'd rather be up 3-1. Who are we kidding? But the whole mentality that they had this postseason of not being afraid of anyone, of knowing that their toughness and the maturation of this team and the role players specifically has been just tremendous. They've bought into a plan. Jamal Murray last offseason was irritated. That coach said he was inconsistent, specifically on the defensive end, and he has brought just elite level type of play. What I love about this team is they're not intimidated by any stage because they're just out there having fun, and they've put the work in before they got here. So there is no act of desperation to get ready. They're as ready as they can be. And if they lose this matchup tonight, it's because the Lakers were the better team. There's not going to be a lack of effort from these Denver Nuggets.
Well, talking about ready, we've witnessed AD. He's been ready. His first big-time playoff performance with the LA Lakers has been the leading scorer in 9 of 14 games. Had that huge moment earlier in the series, knocking down that game winner, yelling Kobe. So we've seen AD. He's 1 win away from advancing to his first NBA Finals. Tell our viewers about the impact of the addition of Anthony Davis.
I just think the teamwork's been outstanding between him and LeBron. The start of the season, day 1, media day, LeBron James told the world we're playing through Anthony Davis, and if we don't play through him when he's on the floor, there's no point of him being on the floor. It's been that kind of relationship. Ro, to your point, he has been the leading scorer in the majority of games. It's the first time that we've seen a LeBron James teammate be the leading scorer in the majority of postseason games in LeBron's career, but that's the way he wants it. When AD's on the floor, regardless of the type of game he's having, he refuses to come out. We've seen Markieff Morris try to sub in for him, and he's refused to come out of the game. We've seen him play through injuries, an ankle roll, a shot to the quad. He's up for the rebounding challenge, and, Dwight Howard's been outstanding on that front, taking a lot of the pressure off Anthony Davis so he can do what he does offensively. But he's risen to the occasion, and considering this is his first conference finals, you wouldn't know it, and he has more in the tank, and he knows the job isn't finished.
Excellent right there. She is the creme de la creme of style and substance. Sensational report. Allie, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. Looking forward to hear your outstanding reports later on tonight.
You're too kind. Thanks again, Ro.
That's right. You can see Allie later on tonight on the broadcast in Game 5. Now I bring in my guys. I got to bring them in. Welcome in 2 men they don't play. One is a sniper with the J. The other always calls the winning plays. The legend, Dennis 3D Scott, and, of course, Sam Mitchell, the coach of the year, having a good time. Been on this show a lot with you gentlemen. You two were high on the Nuggets. Coach, I'm going to start with you on this one. We've seen what the Nuggets have done in this playoff series. They found themselves in a familiar position, down 3-1. The focus obviously is going to be on Jamal Murray as we come out in this Game 5 looking for another great performance.
Yeah, look, unfortunately, Mike Malone laughs about it, but they really don't want to be down 3-1. But think about this. Who would have thought they'd come back and beat the Utah Jazz or the LA Clippers? So when I look at this Denver team, this series could very well be 2-2 if Anthony Davis doesn't make an incredible shot. To a walk-off 3 to end the game. So if you're the Denver Nuggets, you have to believe that you're just as good as the Lakers. And if it wasn't for one play, that this series would be tied, and we'll be talking about that Game 5 and who wins that game and the percentages of who goes on to win the series. So if you're the Denver Nuggets, you matched the Lakers play for play, rebound for rebound, point for point. You just got to come up with the stops in the basket at the right time. Jamal Murray and the Joker have been unbelievable. Again, if Jeremy Grant, 3D, if Jeremy Grant and Michael Porter Jr. can keep getting anywhere from 12 to 15 points a game apiece, I'm picking Denver to win this game. I just believe that any team that's been down 3-1 twice, and remember this, they were down to the Clippers, and everyone was picking the Clippers to beat the Lakers. So how can you just give up on this Denver Nugget team when they beat the team that everyone thought would beat the Lakers?
Very well said. Moving to the other side, the Los Angeles Lakers. Quick trivia question. The LeBron James teammate who has the highest point per game average ever in the playoffs. That answer would be 3D?
Anthony Davis.
Bingo. Set you up perfect. I threw up that lob. You
Dang, boy, you are smart. You must have Georgia Tech. You went to Georgia Tech.
I went to a couple classes.
Hey.
I pay attention.
Clearly you did. Clearly you did. So with that being said, listen, AD's impact has been felt all over the floor. We've seen what he can do, the total package. Describe his impact for these Lakers and what is going to be expected from him in Game 5.
Well, Rowan, Sam, I go back to the conversation we had back in October where we said Anthony Davis has to be in the MVP conversation if we think the Lakers can really win a championship. We know how great LeBron is. We know what LeBron has done in year 17, leading the NBA in assists, triple-doubles. Let's turn the page. LeBron understands if he wants to win another championship, and all those naysayers say this is a key year for his legacy, well, it's all predicated to all Anthony Davis's shoulders. He has to continue to play at the MVP level if the Laker fans think they can win another championship. So if those numbers hold up, then Sam and I are wrong and the Denver Nuggets go home. But I believe the Denver Nuggets have a little bit left in the tank to make things very, very interesting, Ro, in this Western Conference Finals, Ro.
We want to see interesting. We want to see a couple of more games in this series. At least I do. Coach, I want to throw this one at you. We heard both coaches, both Nuggets and LA Lakers coaches post-game mention this specific topic, talking about they go through the proper channels through the league. I'm just putting the quote out there. So that's one side of it. There's been some fans that have said things about LeBron James's defenses, whether it was a foul or not. That's not the discussion right now. I just wanted to put that out there because it's been discussed. However, discuss LeBron's defense, especially on Jamal Murray in the fourth quarter. What have you seen?
Well, LeBron used his size, his strength, his athleticism. When you come back, look at this play right here. LeBron is doing a great job keeping his feet moving, and he challenges Jamal Murray's shot at the highest apex. And then this is what I love about LeBron. Look at that train coming down the track. Choo-choo for an easy two. And here's LeBron again. At first, they're thinking about icing Jamal Murray. He sees the screen, the little handoff. Again, moving his feet, and he challenges the shot. And, Ro, to your point, it was not a foul. Because if you look at that play, LeBron went up vertical, one hand up, and Jamal Murray didn't even take his body into LeBron. He took a shot fading back. So I like the fact that the last 5 minutes of the game, LeBron understood that Jamal Murray could beat them. He did enough to give the Lakers a lead. He felt like it was going to take defense to win that game. And again, the best player in the NBA found another way to help his team win.
I'm going to show deference to the NBA veteran right there who was once the coach of the year. I respect you, Coach. We're going to go with what you said on that.
You just don't believe me.
3Ds, going back to the Denver Nuggets. We seen what Jokic was able to do earlier in this series. Him and AD going mano-a-mano in that fourth quarter. It was like Drago and going up against what's my guy's name?
Creed.
Apollo Creed. Thank you. But then we see